Yeah, baby. I've been waiting for this film forever, man. I mean, holy shit. This movie has been pushed back for so goddamn long. And for those of y'all who've been paying attention to the production of this movie, I mean, holy shit. When are studios just gonna fuck right off when it comes to great directors such as Bong Joon-ho? Of course, Bong Joon-ho, being the great guy that he is, denied the allegations that the studio interfered with his production. But after watching this movie, I am spamming X to doubt.
I don't like you.
But I'm you.
I'm not you. I'm gonna kill you.
Not gonna lie, it was pretty funny seeing how the studio decided to reschedule the release date of this movie because they saw the positive feedback that the trailers got. It was initially gonna release sometime mid-January because that's where movies go to die. I mean, how offensive is that to Bong Joon-ho, literally one of the greatest directors of our time? Have you seen his filmography? The man does not miss, and he sure as hell did not miss with this movie. We follow Mickey, portrayed by Robert Pattinson, who has a very interesting accent, and it fucking works because the man delivers a fan-fucking-tastic performance as per usual. He signs up to become an expendable for a voyage that is currently on its way to a new planet called Niflheim. Niflheim? Whatever. An expendable is someone whose literal job is to die for the sake of humanity. They will perform some of the most extreme experiments in order to further advance society. From being tested with a virus in the hopes of creating a cure or vaccine, to exploring a brand new planet that may or may not have a lethal pathogen that will lead to a very painful death. And Robert Pattinson will die at least 16 times in this movie. That's why it's called Mickey 17. Because Mickey 17's story is perhaps the one that outlives the rest of them. Them being the previous 16s who all didn't really lead long lives. Of course, if you've seen the trailers, you know how this all works. There is a printing machine that constantly reclones Robert Pattinson, and they install the memories in this brick thing, whatever. The lore and technology of this world is all pretty tight knit together, if that makes sense. There ain't much room for question. It just is, and it works for this world, and we get enough exposition that just makes it all make sense. Throughout this movie, we're given narration by Robert Pattinson explaining things from the past and present and overall how everything works. And I believe it's all from the perspective of Mickey 17, who also goes over the lives of the previous Mickeys. This movie is such a welcome surprise by Bong Joon-ho. I was not expecting a dark comedy featuring so many A-list actors, and goddamn do they fucking rock. This might be the first time I've seen and heard of Naomi Ackie, and holy shit, man, she is so fucking good here. Her performance is just on par with everyone here. And there is a moment in the movie where she just really gets the shine. She is just so goddamn good. She steals this fucking scene that everyone definitely knows what I'm talking about. Those who've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. All you need to know about her character is that she is the best girl. She's the best girlfriend that any man could ask for, especially for someone like Mickey. Steven Yeun portrays the asshole best friend who constantly backstabs Robert Pattinson, and of course he delivers an awesome comedic performance here. Okay, that's my man. Everyone in this movie is giving their A game, besides maybe two of them. Maybe it's the acting direction they were given or the dialogue, but their performances are just a little bit too over the top, to the point where the messaging is pretty obvious and clear. Mark Ruffalo is obviously doing some weird amalgamation of Donald Trump and Elon Musk, almost to a cartoonishly ridiculous point. He's some kind of failed tyrannical politician who lost the elections on Earth, so he decided to jump ship into a new planet to hopefully lead some kind of new republic, with his wife portrayed by Toni Collette, who is just on the same level as Mark Ruffalo, who has a very weird quirk for sauces. I'm not too sure why this is the direction that they have for her, and this is what they have her doing for almost the majority of the movie, but hey, I always love Toni Collette. Whatever she's doing, I'm all for it. This is a top-notch production. Everything looks so fucking good here. The props, the sets, the VFX, all mixed in with the directing style of Bong Joon-ho, who just knows how to make a world feel lived in. For those of you who've seen his films, you know exactly what I'm talking about here when it comes to cinematography, to the characters, to the overall world, and how he builds it all up, how he develops the story. The man is a master at combining all of these elements to create a beautiful work of art. As the story progresses, Mickey manages to survive an event that the company did not know about, so they printed out a new Mickey known as Mickey 18. And this is really when the movie starts spicing out, when two Robert Pattinsons with very different personalities start going at each other and other people. There being two or more of the same person is called multiples in this world, and it's considered illegal. So these two Mickeys must figure out what the hell to do and ensure that neither of them get killed. It is a whole bunch of fun, as is the entire movie and the way it progresses. And if you're not familiar with the director's work, you might not be able to grasp onto the pacing and comedic style and overall structure of the movie. But boy, oh boy, did this movie just have me giggling at certain moments that I don't think a lot of my audience really understood. I want to make it very clear now though that I don't think Mickey 17 is like the best or one of the best films of the year, because it's clear that there are issues that were most definitely caused by studio interference, because that 2-hour and 17-minute runtime just isn't enough. It feels like there was a lot just cut out from this movie, a lot that probably could have helped develop certain characters and relationships more, things that probably would have helped the story feel more impactful, especially when it starts involving those little critters that we see in the trailer. As with all Bong Joon-ho films, there's a lot of hidden messaging, themes, ideas, allegories, you name it. But in this movie, it's pretty much on the nose. Maybe there's something I'm missing here, but I don't think I need an in-depth analysis to explain anything that I saw in this movie. Perhaps I'll be proven wrong within like a week or month from now. But overall, this is a fantastic dark comedy sci-fi film that I can see a lot of people having a good time with. Even though some parts of the narrative and its development of characters and relationships can be weak, it still doesn't take away from the overall grand experience that is this movie. Gosh, I really would have loved an extra 20 to 30 minutes for this movie though. I don't know, it's hard to pinpoint what's exactly wrong with this movie. There's just something missing, you know? Just something. All right, that's enough of me. I'll catch you guys next time.
So much beauty, so much style.